Hey everybody, welcome. Corey, thanks for coming in, but I had to start the live early. But thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for passing through. Ow, something just hit my foot, darn it. But thank you for passing through. Please hit that. Everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Mama 3, as you may know, and if you don't, welcome. Nice to meet you. Come on, grab a seat, grab your snacks, get comfortable. I appreciate you all for being here tonight because this is one of those things that I just felt like I wanted to talk about. And y'all know me, I try to speak from the heart, not from a place of gossip or judgment. We talk about real life, real situations, and real accountability here. Hey, Roxy. Happy Thursday. Sorry. So happy Thursday. Um, yeah, so we're talking about the tragic death of the 35-year-old. His name was Michael Virgil. He was a fiance, a father, and a man who boarded a Royal Caribbean um ship, but unfortunately never made it back home, you know? Never made it back home. Have you guys heard of this story? Have you guys been seeing it? It did happen over a year ago, um, but it's been more in the news now because the wife is actually suing the cruise line. So yeah. So a trip that was supposed to be fun turned into a tragedy that now is being called a homicide by the medical examiner. So I just want us to unpack this together. Not just the facts, but the emotions, the questions, and what went wrong. I wanna talk about um I want to talk to you like I'm talking to a friend, and I really want to hear your thoughts in the chat. Hey, Lily, sis. How are you? Welcome in, welcome in. Everybody, please hit that like button, like, share, comment, subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. Please, yeah, double tap that screen for me. Double tap. So first off, Michael wasn't just a headline. He was 35 years old. He had a fiance. Her name is Connie, and a sweet 7-year-old son who is autistic. They were on what should have been a memorable family vacation, a chance to make good memories together, you know? Um, I actually should have a better picture of him on my screen because this was actually a picture when he was already belligerent and trying to kick the door down. I should have had a better picture. Sorry, guys. But I was in a rush because I did come on an hour early, so I was rushing it. Um, but they should have had a chance to make those good memories together. And listen, when I think about that little boy now growing up without his dad, it's honestly just hits different. It's heartbreaking, you know? So everything I say here is my opinion only. You know, What would you want to know about him before making any judgments? Let me know. Drop a broken heart if you agree. We have to remember the person behind the story. But I am gonna, let you guys know how this started if you guys do not know. But now here's where things get frustrated. Michael bought the deluxe beverage package. That unlimited one. It sounds fun, right? Yeah, hell yeah. If I went on a damn cruise line, I'm definitely getting that. But then again, maybe now I'm thinking twice. Um, he bought the unlimited package. It sounds fun, but you know, a vacation, a few drinks, nothing unusual there, right? But according to the lawsuit and public reports, he has he was somehow served up to 33 drinks. Yes, 33 drinks in a single day. 33. And I just got to be honest, that doesn't sit right with me. Even from the start, I'm thinking, shouldn't someone have stopped him? Let's see if any of let's see if any of your questions get answered, Lily. Lily asked, did he have mental health issues before getting with her? Was he married before? Was he ever incarcerated in the past? All the questions. Yes, they should have limit with these drinks. Yeah. But I guess when it says unlimited, they literally, I mean, whew, it's just crazy, you know? And especially, how big cruise ships are and there's different areas. There's no way, I guess there's no way to find out, but I'm guessing after this, they're going to find out a way to count how many beverages people have because there should be some kind of counter no matter what it says about unlimited. There has to be some kind of limit because there is a such thing as alcohol poisoning. And in this case, look what happened now. But, so what I'm thinking that someone should have stopped him. Bartenders are trained to recognize when someone's drunk. Slurred speech, unsteadiness, glassy eyes. These are clear signs. And yet he kept getting drinks, kept getting them drinks, kept downing those drinks. Welcome in, Kayla fan. I don't know if I said that, or Kalia fan. Welcome in, welcome in. Please double tap that screen, guys. Double tap that screen for me. So, when I read that part about 33 drinks in one day, I was shocked. Like, I can't wrap my head around it. Why would anyone, bartender, server, manager, just keep pouring those drinks for someone who's clearly intoxicated? I mean, seriously, that's crazy. It feels like point,
I love you.
the first point where something should have gone right, but just went so wrong. You know? Have you ever, tell me, chat, have you ever, or somebody watching the replay, let me know in the comments, have you ever seen someone
Oh,
intoxicated in public? And did anyone step in to help them? Have you ever been on a cruise ship that you have seen
me too.
anybody extra or just so intoxicated that they don't know what they're doing, and you're like, why the hell were they served so many drinks? You know, so much went wrong this day, so much. you know? That's what they say. Yeah. I know I've seen a lot of people drunk, like, even leaving, when I used to go to bars and lounges and stuff. It's like you could tell when people have too much to drink. And because they're worrying about those dollars, they just keep serving them, you know? Yeah. And it's sad, I've seen plenty of people. They be slurring, they be imbalanced, Like you could clearly see, especially when you go into the bathroom. If you go into the bathroom, that's where you really see everything, how drunk people really be. And it's like, what the hell? And then they leave the bathroom or whatever and go straight to the bar to get another drink. But anyway, it's just crazy. Sorry, I'm eating a candy cane. It's just, I'm trying to, like, figure out where I want to continue from. So as the day went on, according to reports and witnesses, um, Michael began acting erratically, disoriented, angry, yelling. At one point, he was even kicking at a cabin door, and that's where the picture is on the screen of him kicking at that cabin door. So there's video footage also of him. Hold on, guys. Those damn sirens. So yeah, there's hey, the boxing scholar, welcome in, welcome in. How you doing? Hey, grits and ham, welcome. Glad to see you guys. I'm just talking about Michael Virgil, the guy who drank, was served 33 drinks in one single day, and unfortunately he passed away. You know, I was telling everybody how just very crazy he got. Not crazy, but just he was so out of it from all those drinks that he was yelling, screaming, kicking at cabin doors, all because he didn't really know. Well, he knew, because he was, I mean, to me, he knew, but because they served him so many drinks. At what point, does a cruise ship have to be responsible for, their actions? At what point does a cruise ship, even if the customer pays for the unlimited drink service, at aren't they supposed to stop people after a certain point, you know? Especially when they start seeing them slurring, Or if they keep going back to the same bartender, that bartender has to know, that that person had too many drinks. Like, come on now. He didn't just get up. He couldn't just be normal, not drunk, seem not intoxicated, and then all of a sudden start walking around, start yelling at people, start kicking cabin doors. Like, they had to see something. And even, not for nothing, but even though his wife is the one that's suing the cruise ship, but even she had to see his actions. I don't know. Am I, you know, is it not right? Like, am I not right? Like, shouldn't even his wife had seen what how intoxicated he was and talk her husband, to relax, or to take a break, give him water in between the drinks. Hey, Des. Yeah, that's what I said. He could have had alcohol poisoning. Like, at what point should they stop worrying about what was paid for? Because yes, I understand he paid for a package, but now this man is not here with his family. you know his 7-year-old autistic son is now without a dad. His fiance Connie is without a fiance, without a man of the house. And now she's been having to deal with, raising her child alone. And that's why this resurfaced, because now she's suing the cruise line. And I definitely said that too. He could have had alcohol poisoning, or anybody that gets this package that keeps on being served. I think, that's going to be the result. The end result is going to be alcohol poisoning, or what happened to Michael, death, you know? Marcel, be nice, but welcome. Welcome in. Hey, Stash. I know, right? It looks like him, but it's not. Stash. That's not. That's not him. God forgive me. But no, that's not him. This is Michael Virgil while he was kicking down the cabin doors after being so drunk. Yeah, at some point they should have knew it was too much. Yes, that's what I said. There had to be something. There had to be some kind of what was it? There just had to be something. They knew. They knew. They had to know. You know. Hold on a minute. Let me show you guys.
On Fox 11 yesterday, we have learned that a cruise ship passenger caught on camera in a fit of rage has died. Witness told Fox 11 that the man, now identified as 35-year-old Michael Virgil, injured two crew members during that violent outburst.
So this was him while he look how many security it took.
He later died on board. The family claims there is more
to stop him from kicking down that cabin door.
Speaking to them, we'll have a live report to explain coming up on the Fox 11 News at 6 o'clock.
Wow. Let me see this, if this video is better, because what the hell was that? you know? It's just crazy. So he was a big dude. He was a big dude. So it must have been hard to, keep him together. But look, yeah, he's definitely a big dude. That's why it took so many people. Let me see.
Threatening crew members and passengers.
Look at that.
He's putting his hand on people.
Security detaining him with zip ties and handcuffs after a struggle. The man later dying on the ship. Law enforcement now investigating it as a suspicious death. Passenger Christopher McHale and his wife were celebrating their anniversary on the passage from Los Angeles to Ensenada.
Well, that I shouldn't have shown those people. But yeah, so you could, as you can tell just from that little bit of video, that how, you know, intoxicated he really was. You know, he was so intoxicated. He was too intoxicated. And so what you guys think? Do you guys think that the cruise ship, is responsible for his death, like his wife is suing for? Yeah, it's all good. It's all good, Stash. But yeah, so unfortunately he unalive. He had this cruise ship served him 33 drinks in one day. Like, yes, he's a heavy set guy, so you would think that he would be able to, you know, handle all of that. But 33 drinks, I think that was way excessive. Like, beyond excessive. Like, come on now. No, they didn't unalive him. The 33 drinks unalived him. Having 33 drinks somehow, some way, unfortunately, he didn't make it. And they say it was because of the liquor. They are actually calling it mechanical asphyxia. Asphyxia, meaning pressure on his body restricted, because the contributing factors were severe intoxication, an enlarged heart, and his obesity. But the restraint was a key component. So yeah, that's heavy. That's not a simple accident. That's a strong word, homicide. And that signals something went seriously wrong. you know, 33 drinks. So that footage showing him shouting and pacing in the hallway. And yes, the behavior is alarming to watch. He was clearly not okay. But, here's what I keep thinking. At what point does someone's behavior become a medical situation instead of just a security issue? Because it felt like no one thought to treat it like a medical crisis, until it was too late. You're telling me in those moments they didn't realize that he was overly drunk? Overly drunk. Hey, Lynn, sis. Nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Simple. No, John, he didn't. Well, I don't know. You think he drowned from the liquor, from drinking so much liquor? Maybe his body took it like he drowned. I mean, I don't know. But I think it did have to do with everything that I said before. Just his severe intoxication, you know, his unfortunately his obesity, you know, and the fact that the cruise ship gave him 33 drinks in one day is just crazy, you know? And they definitely should have treated it as a medical crisis when they were seen here. So many cruise, security and staff. They definitely should have took him right away to get examined, because clearly something's wrong with him. Something was wrong with him. You know, yeah. My condolences to him and the family. Yeah, that's real crazy. Would you think that you're gonna go on a cruise ship? You're enjoying your vacation with your, soon to be wife and your kid, and then not make it off the trip. Like, that's crazy. That's, oh, it's sad. It's tragic. You know, what a tragedy. So now Michael's fiance Connie, she filed a wrongful death suit against Royal Caribbean. And in the lawsuit, she accuses the cruise line of over serving alcohol to her fiance, not stopping him before it got dangerous, failing to train the staff properly, also using excessive force in restraining him, and administering a dangerous sedative. Oh my goodness. Administering a dangerous sedation while he was intoxicated. Aren't you not supposed to give medicine to somebody that's severely, or at all, like even not severely, just that has drinks in them? I thought you have to wait a certain amount of time before you take medicine. So imagine if you had to be sedated in that condition. Like, what were they thinking? Not even I can drink that much. I am an alcoholic. Well, good for you, but I don't know. Something something went wrong that day for him. Maybe he has also drank 33 drinks in one day before. But that was the last day he drank that much. Huh, congratulations. Yeah. Congratulations on being 5 years sober, John. Yeah, I understand. Yep, you're sober, but you'll always be an alcoholic. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, but congratulations on your 5 years of sobriety. That's a, that's a mouse. Excuse me. That's a milestone there. 5 years. Wow. Good job. Lily says, John, being an alcoholic is something serious. Please help. Please seek help. But you're not alone. Thank you for being here. Yeah, being a alcoholic is something serious, but I give it to people that were able to drink every day, multiple, from day to night, probably, or even a functional alcoholic that you save it for after work. But to be able to stop, that's something to praise about. So good job, John. Good job. They should sue. The people there should, yeah, there should definitely be a limit. And that's why his wife, I mean his fiance is, she filed a lawsuit, and that's why this is coming up now, cuz this actually happened last year. But I don't even remember hearing about this last year. I mean, maybe I could be wrong, but cuz now I check the news out more, just because I like to bring you know, certain news to my channel to let you guys know about this. But please, guys, if you're the type that likes to have fun, because I know I do, and especially if I buy an unlimited package, I'm gonna try to take advantage of that. But I really don't think I'll get to 33 drinks. I just think that is too much, you know? So this is not a small claim, lawsuit. This is a big accusation, and it's bringing a lot of attention to the cruise ship policies. And y'all already know how I feel about this part, but if you don't, I personally think there should be alcohol limits on cruises. If someone is clearly intoxicated, sitting there and continuing to serve them is irresponsible. Plain and simple. you know we don't let bartenders and bars serve someone until they black out. Why should a cruise be any different? And when someone looks like they're in a crisis, confused, angry, disoriented, the first thought shouldn't be security, go handle it. It should be calling a doctor or a nurse, someone in the medical field, to assist him first. You know? Andre, I'm talking about Michael Virgil losing his life for drinking 33 drinks on a cruise ship last year because he bought the unlimited package. And now his fiance is suing the cruise ship. Yeah, 33 drinks, Lynn, in one day is death itself. That's facts, right? Yep. In Britain, you go to a pub, there's a limit, and they take your car keys off of you. Oh, I mean, they should. People here, I mean, even here in the U.S. in New York, they know better too. Like if a person is too intoxicated, well, they're supposed to. Let me be honest, because to me, people don't pay attention. Because I've seen overly, belligerent people coming out bars, that you can tell they're drunk just by looking at them. Just they could say hello to you and you already know that they're too drunk. And you go to that bathroom, you be hearing them in the bathroom. You go outside, who knows, they're hurling right outside, the bar door because they were served too much. So a lot of these people, a lot of these bars and stuff, they just worry about those dollars, you know? But here there's no excuse because it was just a package. Like, yes, he bought the package, but he's on your cruise ship, your establishment, your, company, your place of business. There has to be a limit when you say enough is enough. I don't care. So for that, so they should be definitely looking at their guidelines for their policies, and they need to put it in black and white that although it says unlimited, if a person seems too intoxicated, we're stopping you from getting any more drinks. That has to be in the, in the clause, in the guidelines, that if a person gets too belligerent, that is when, the drinks stop coming. Sorry, guys. So yeah, please be respectful. I already played the video. If you want to watch the video, go on the replay and watch the video. Thank you for being here. Please double tap the screen. Let me know, guys, in the chat now or on the replay. Let me know what you guys think. Should cruise lines have strict drink limits? Should bartenders be legally responsible for over serving? Do you think this could have been prevented with better staff training? Was this a security issue or a medical issue? Who do you think actually dropped the ball the most? Do you think Michael himself, his fiance, the bartenders, the just having an unlimited package in general? What do you guys think? Hey, Unique Black, what's going on? Thanks for being here. John says the staff. I agree. I agree because that's their job, you know? Although their job is to see to serve them, but they're also supposed to look at the signs to tell when someone is too drunk. And I would like to, I should have looked it up. I don't know if that was public knowledge, but it's probably not. How Royal Caribbean goes about training their employees and what the policy is when they see somebody too drunk. I wonder if there's even a policy, um, if there's even a policy in place for somebody that gets too drunk. You know?
I want to have
So,
pancakes
so what you
tomorrow.
guys think? John answered. Um, Anybody else watching this? Who else? What do you guys think? If you go on a cruise and are served 33 drinks in one day, and like Michael did, and then now he, is not here with us any longer, whose fault do you think it is? Do you think it's his fault? Do you think it's the cruise ship's fault? Do you think that there should be an unlimited package, or do you think that hold on. Hey Precious, hey Trisha. Yeah, this story was about Michael Virgil, the guy who was on the cruise ship who was served 33 drinks, and unfortunately he is no longer with us. He has, died. Severe intoxication, and him being obese also caused it, but they also sedated him in this state, so that could have led to his death as well. And now his fiance is suing Royal Caribbean. Yeah, 33 drinks, 33 drinks. Yeah. um Unique says, why are they serving him 33 drinks? The cruise ship needs to be held accountable. And that's what his fiance thinks as well. And that's why this is being brought up, because who the hell serves somebody 33 drinks, especially if they can tell that he's already intoxicated? Shouldn't, at some point it should have been stopped. So actually, so I did check, and cruise lines do have policies about alcohol consumption and what happens when a passenger becomes too drunk. Although how strictly those are enforced can vary by cruise line and situation, you know? So most cruise lines expect responsible drinking. Cruise lines such as Royal Caribbean, Carnival, MSC, Celebrity, um, all include alcohol conduct rules in their guest policies. Most say guests must drink responsibly, but it says excessive or irresponsible drinking is discouraged. That's from Royal Caribbean, the cruise ship that he was actually on. That's on their guest policies. It also says staff may refuse service. The policy for Royal Caribbean and other explicitly states that ship staff can refuse to serve alcohol beverages to any guest who does not consume responsibly, even if they have an unlimited drinks package like Michael did. So I think this shows that the staff definitely dropped the ball when it comes here, because they continue serving him. It says that guests who violate policies may face consequences. Well, unfortunately, Michael faced
Michael.
the most, I think, the most, highest consequence available. He lost his life, you know? And when somebody is clearly intoxicated, staff is supposed to stop serving them. Security and medical personnel is supposed to get involved, which in this case only see security. We only see security getting involved. Where was the medical staff before this when he was in the hallways being belligerent, knocking kicking cabin doors? Like, where was the medical staff? We all saw in the video earlier that all the security was around him. But where was the medical staff? Unique says when he was on Carnival, they had a ticket of how many drinks I had um going that whole day. I was drinking. So when I got to a so when you got to a number that they thought I shouldn't have or to drink, they cut you off. Yeah. That's they cut you off for 24 hours. I don't do Royal Caribbean. Heard too many bad things about them. No, he wasn't by himself. He was with his fiance and their child. Yeah. He was with their he was with his fiance and child, sadly. And that's what I said earlier, that she should have been stopping him too. But I know he's a grown man, he's a grown adult, you know. You can How often can you actually tell your partner to stop and they're gonna stop, you know?
Mommy, you're talking.
So yeah, that's so sad. Yeah. So you guys got to think. You want to enjoy yourself and stuff. You do want to enjoy yourself. If you're a drinker, you're a drinker. You're getting that, unlimited package, but do not drink yourself to alcohol poisoning. Do not drink yourself to death. Literally, you know?
Hey,
So I think the staff
I
definitely,
gotta
you
eat.
know, dropped the ball when it comes here. But also, it was his fault too. He should have known when too much was enough. But that's a problem with a lot of, when you're having fun,
It,
you just don't want to stop. You want to keep on downing them and downing them. And that's sometimes is our own fault as well.
I want it. But I want my puzzle. But
Yeah,
mom,
I get that, but at some point need to know your limits, yeah. And definitely they need to be drinking water. He probably wasn't even drinking water, was just drinking drink after drink after drink, no water. Come on now. Come on now. Yeah, and you do have to know your limits. I mean, I drink too, but I know my limit no matter how much a good time I'm having. Hell yeah. And I'm definitely drinking my water. I have my drink in one hand, my water in the other hand. I don't know how many of you guys actually like to drink water with your drink. I mean, in between, you know? even if it's after 2 drinks, but then you down some water, you know. But it really is, you know, this situation unfortunately was very sad, you know. And he didn't, you know,
Okay, I'm done.
what was supposed to be a good family, you know, a good family time ended in tragedy, you know. And now his fiance is without him, his their child is without him, you know. And now his wife, his fiance, has to go through this lawsuit and hope she wins, you know. But any amount of winning is still never gonna bring him back. I'm sorry, I'm a professional drinker, if that makes sense.
You're talking louder.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't get I don't drink till I'm sick anymore. When I was a teenager
Mom,
in and 20s maybe,
what's
but
this?
now nope. And Precious says at times I don't do chasers,
Be
but at the
quiet.
same time I don't drink to the point I black out exactly. John said when he drank it was before and after. Drink water before and after. Hell yeah. You have to keep yourself hydrated because that's how you get drunk, by not keeping yourself hydrated. Jackson, stop that train. Precious, don't do no chasers. They cause hangovers and it's too much sugar. And Precious says, unique, right? But I don't drink till the point I need it. I definitely drink water throughout the day, though. Yeah, me either. We as people not supposed to be drinking until we black out anyway. It says that in the Bible. It's
Anyway.
okay, Lily. Don't worry about it. Girl, don't worry about it. So yeah, when I look at this story, I don't just see a drunk passenger. I see a human being who needed help. You know, I see people who failed to step in early.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. In between, I have to be a mom. So
Mommy,
if you hear quiet, it's because I'm muting it to be a mom. You know, so me, if I have to raise my voice or something, it's not in my videos. But yeah, because I'm trying to do homework at the same time. I have to multitask at times, a lot of times, you know, because I have to fit in. I have to get it in where I fit in on a lot of my lives because there's so many people online at the same time, you know? But yeah. So they definitely needed to step in earlier. I see policies that need to be reevaluated, or they need to probably not reevaluated, because from what I read, the policies, you know, got it pretty much down pat. They just need to actually follow through with their policies. When they see somebody too damn drunk, they need to stop the liquor, stop giving them drinks, give them water, you know? And if a person doesn't want to stop, that they're going to be held accountable for that, you know? And I think the ticket thing is good, unique, because that does keep track of how many drinks you've had. So a staff member can, you know, check on you and see, you know, how you are acting and see your actions and so they can be able to say, you know what, sorry sir, sorry ma'am, You've had enough for today. I'll see you on the next one. I'll see you tomorrow. Let me know if you want any
What
water.
is
Do you
it?
want any juice?
Mommy,
Can I
what is it?
get some, can I get some snacks for you to bring to your cabin? You know, something, because of course people are going to act irate when they paid for a certain package and then they hear that they're not going to be served anymore. But, policies are there for a reason, you know? So,
I scared of that.
yeah. So definitely the policies have to be enforced more on these cruise ships because to me this his death could have been prevented. Definitely could have been prevented. Hey Craig, welcome in. Samuel, welcome in, welcome in. Double tap that screen, guys, for me. Let's get to 20 likes. Let's get to 20 likes. I know this is just news, but I'm just trying to make people aware. I'm sorry that I'm not a channel that's mostly drama and stuff like that, because I know then I would probably have 100, more than 100 people up in here. But I like to talk about real life things so you guys can see what goes on, in people's lives, in everyday life. You go on a trip, you think that you're going to have fun, and then people like Michael don't even come off the ship with his life, Do the X's. Do the X's. Yeah, thank you so much, John. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, so here my channel is mostly about trending topics. I also do have some personal lives about, things that I'm going through or have gone through. I have fun lives that showing me and my son Jackson, my 5-year old, just being us, walking the streets of New York. But I do like to talk about trending topics and also, things that have to do with mental health and things like that.
Next,
And, you could question, I know he was on vacation, but why? Why 33 drinks? Why do you guys think that he could have, what could have made him have 33 drinks? What do you guys think was going, I don't know. I mean, I guess we can assume what was going through his
mommy, it says
I guess we can't assume what was going through his mind and why he drank that many drinks. Maybe it was just something innocent and he was just enjoying himself.
zip.
Thanks.
And then
Thanks, Black. Turn off that train. Right? He was probably going around the ship. Another one. Yep. You know, because, unfortunately, drinking equals fun to a lot of us. Drinking equals fun, but then there's people that do not know how to say, all right, let me stop. Let me chill out. Let me drink water for a little while, you know? Let me stop drinking so much. Let me go get something to eat, you know? Unfortunately, drinking equals fun to a lot of people, and then people lose their life like Michael did. So yeah, before we wrap up tonight, I want you to think about this. What would you do if you were on that ship? You know, would you say something? Would you say something to staff? Would you say something to his fiance? Have you ever gone on a trip on a cruise ship or anything, or even in a hotel somewhere, and you see somebody overly drunk? Do you just mind your business and keep going? Have you brought it to management's attention so that person could get assistance? You know? Would you try to get medical help? Would you try to intervene in some way? So let me know what you guys think in the chat, and let me know if you're watching the replay. Let me know what you think about this, this tragedy. Because I think if people cared enough to say something earlier, maybe this story wouldn't be what it is today. And I can't lie. I surely have been the type that mind my business and I just keep it going. If it has nothing to do with me, I don't get into it. But maybe that's wrong to think that way, because maybe if people intervened more, there could be, people could get the help that they need before a tragedy happens. Hey, Budney. I don't know if that's how you say it, but welcome in, Budney. And yeah, please catch the replay so you could hear about this incident, cuz I am almost done. I've been talking for almost an hour already. So please catch the replay. This happened on a Royal Caribbean cruise line. 33 drinks equaled the death of Michael Virgil on this cruise line. So yeah. So nope. He didn't fall, but he is no longer with his family. Lily said she would have mentioned something to security so they can watch him.
Did.
Hey, Moon.
Cat.
Hey, Blink.
Red.
Hey, Blink. Welcome in. Please hit that like button. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Please, if you guys are coming in now, please catch the replay for me. Catch that replay. If you would like to donate to the channel, my cash app is BXQueenC, BXQUEENC. Any donations are greatly appreciated. But you being here is more than okay. Hitting that like button is definitely a way to support me. I greatly appreciate it. Can we get 2 more likes so I could get to 20 likes? Double tap that screen. Let's get 2 more likes. 2 more likes, please. But yeah, please catch this replay because unfortunately, excessive drinking did lead to this man's unexpected and untimely death, you know? So, yeah. And if you are with your, family member, please stop them from drinking that much. It's okay. Even if he gets mad at you, even if he or she gets mad at you, stop them from drinking that much. Stop them from drinking that much. I know you want to have a good time, but it does not take 33 damn drinks to have a damn good time. You know? Stop him. If it's your husband, if it's your wife, if it's your cousin, your brother, your sister, whoever, stop them from drinking that much when you see them drunk, intoxicated. Just stop them, please, before it's too late.
Why you mad?
So, yeah.
Mommy, why is it
Jackson, that's it. Just do what I said, please. Thank you. What's up, Mama 3? What do I call you? Call me. You could call me M3. You could call me M3.
Why you
That's
so mad?
fine. And I did show the video of him, trying to kick down the cabin door and the security all over him. So if you didn't catch that, catch the replay so you can see, how, intoxicated he actually was. And it is all over the news at the moment because his fiance is in the middle of a lawsuit. So I will be keeping you guys updated as usual. I'll be on it because I want to see the outcome of the lawsuit as well, to see what's going on. And let me know in the comments, do you think that the cruise line is responsible? Let me know if you're watching this on the replay. Let me know in the comments that you were here. Let me know what you think of this situation. Let me know if you've ever been on a trip and felt that intoxicated that you think somebody should have gotten involved. Or do you think that, you're supposed to just ignore the drunk people because that's what a vacation is for? That's how a lot of people think, unfortunately. They think when you go on a vacation, you're supposed to be that way. Hey, you're on a vacation, It's okay to be drunk, like, that you can't even remember the next day what happened. It's okay, or here's another drink. Even though you see your person drunk, you just keep saying, here's another drink, here's another drink. No, that's not okay. And I hope after this tragedy, people start to, use logic more. That, because yes, you go on a trip and vacation to have fun. But, come, give me that pencil. But you don't want something like this to happen. This could have definitely been prevented. But say something early before it's too late, And please make sure that if you know a person is intoxicated and you're with them and they're going to seek medical attention, make sure that that medical attention doesn't lead to their death, you know? When you are drunk, when you have alcohol in your system, there has to be certain things that are not supposed to be administered to you in that state. So it's in the state of toxicity, So we have to know, like, it's not okay. Certain medications cannot be administered, And I'm thinking him being sedated could have definitely led to his death, you know. Yes, somebody definitely needs to be held responsible. And welcome in. Welcome in. What is it? I'm sorry. I never seen that name spelled like that. I don't want to say it wrong. But welcome in. Welcome in. Margartia, or Markacha. I'm sorry. I don't know. There could be so many ways to pronounce that name, but very nice, unique name. That's for sure. But yeah, somebody definitely has to be held accountable. It's on both ends where things could have been prevented. Definitely, yes. Yes, the bartender needs to be held accountable, and the cruise line should change policies for all inclusive tickets and packages. Yes. And if you're with your family, pay attention. Don't let them get that drunk. Okay, Mara. That's easier. But thank you, Mara. Thank you for coming in. Please hit that like button for me. Double tap the screen, whichever one's easier. I greatly appreciate it. Oh, okay. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that even more. Thanks, sis, for sharing me with your people. But thank you. So, yeah. So this is just another tragic story that could have been prevented, to me. And I definitely wanted to make people aware cuz we all like to have fun, but we have to think about the consequences of our actions at the same time. We want to be able to live another day. We want to be able to, be with our family, you know and unfortunately like we see in this situation, we could drink ourselves to literal death, you know so that's sad. So please catch the replay if you didn't catch the whole thing, if you came in late. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate you. Thank you for listening with an open mind. Be sure to like, subscribe, and drop your comments in drop your thoughts in the comments afterwards. They're greatly appreciated. And let's keep respectful conversations going in the chat, because real people's lives are behind these headlines. You know, if you want updates on this case, lawsuits, policy changes, you know, uh, or new video evidence, let me know in the comments and I'll cover it. If you ever have any topic that you would like to talk about, please let me know in my um comments. Also, I have a community wall where all of you guys could write to me and let me know, even if you just want to say, hey, mom of three, just hoping you have a great day. Or, if you say, hey, mom of three, I saw this in the news, or I saw this in this, in this place. Can you cover it? I think it'll be interesting, you know right on my community wall. Let's use that community wall to be a community. That's why they have it for us, so let's utilize that. I want to get to know my supporters, more. And so thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will catch you all on the next one. Thank you everybody for being here. Thanks Lily for modding for me. And happy Thursday, guys. Thank goodness tomorrow's Friday. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Mommy, I love you. Why are you mad?
That's it. Just be